Hi, my name is James Shepard, and I want to give you 3 tips for selling merchant services in 2019. 3 tips. So, number 1 on my list is to embrace simplicity. Now, there's a lot of things you hear about, technology advances and integrations and all these different things, but the truth is that for most of the merchants that you're out in the field talking to or on the phone talking to, what they really, really want is simplicity. They want, flat rate pricing, subscription rate pricing, simple, simple, simple. Now, it doesn't always have to be flat rate. It could be, interchange plus pricing, and you could promote that as simple. You could say, rather than, having, flat rate pricing where it's complicated for you because you don't know if you're getting overcharged or not, what we do is we just do a flat 0.5% markup over interchange, but the way you present it needs to be simple. In 2019, what merchants are looking for is simplicity. In their mind, merchant services has kind of already been solved. It's like a solved problem. It's something that they don't need to worry about again. It's like, they're not really like, going to spend a ton of time looking at, which cell phone provider they should have this year. Like, they kind of already figured that out. Like, they chose Verizon or they chose Sprint, and it's like, I don't really want to switch. There's not a lot of value in switching. Like, I have a cell phone, I'm good, right? So be really, really simple. So that's tip number 1 is embrace simplicity. Tip number 2 is to embrace technology, okay? Embrace technology and think about what kind of technology could I offer to this merchant. So you need to start going deep. The problem with technology right now is most processing agents and ISOs, they're going really wide and shallow. What I mean is they sell 15 different point of sale systems and smart terminals. They have Point and Mint and Clover and, all these different systems that they sell, and they don't really know anything about any of them, okay? My challenge to you would be instead of going wide and shallow, go narrow and deep, okay? Pick a point of sale system or a smart terminal that you like, that you think serves, 50 to 60% of the people you talk to, right? It serves a big portion of them, and become an absolute expert. I mean, you know everything there is to know about that terminal or that point of sale system. You could program it yourself. You know it inside and out, and spend a lot of time, get to know their support people, start making sales with it, really, really, really get to know it and go deep. Then maybe you add another one. So next year, maybe you add 3 new technology offerings to, your value proposition. And so again, the big problem I talk to salespeople is like they sell so many different technologies and they don't understand really any of them. So 2019, embrace technology, but don't embrace it in a wide and shallow approach. Go narrow and deep. Really understand it. Become an expert. The final tip, number 3, is that what you want to do is you really want to target verticals. Target verticals. Now, when I say this, I don't mean you're only going to sell pizza shops in 2019 or you're only going to sell hair salons. What I mean is, just like I talked about in that second tip of embracing technology but going deep, you want to do the same thing with your marketing efforts. So you may go out in the field and you may go after auto repair, quick service restaurant, hair salon, whatever, right? And you have maybe 5 or 6 different verticals you go after. That's fine. But take a little time to really dive deep into each of those 5 verticals and become more of a payment processing expert for them. Customize your marketing materials. This is one of the most powerful things you can do. If you go to Staples, you can get your business cards for $10. Why get 1 box of generalized business cards when you could get 5 boxes? One of them talks about your pizza shop offer. The other one talks about hair and nail salons. The other one talks about something else. Like, you want to have these different offers, right? So the idea is give them options, give them different things that they can offer, okay? So when you go out in the field, you know the value proposition when you go to a pizza shop. You know the value proposition when you go to a retail store. So think about what's upsetting to those people. Think about the merchants from their perspective. What are they concerned about for 2019? And how can your offer speak to that, okay? So in 2019, my big challenge to you is going to be get into those verticals and go really deep and become much more of an expert. And then once you have that offer, find a way to simplify it. Going back to that first one, right? Really simplify your offer to make it a no-brainer decision for the merchant and to make it really easy for you to explain. I hope that you have a record 2019, that you sell more merchants than you've ever sold before. If you want my help to do that, then you need to check out the 6-week Jumpstart program. Go to ccsalespro.com right now and click on 6-week Jumpstart and check out that program so I can coach and mentor you to help you to achieve your goals this next year.